So I'm just idling along the river channel, swinging in kind of on some of these, what are basically main lake flats in the mouths of some of the bays, and just looking to see if I see fish or pods of fish, or see if they're grouped up in their normal places. Wow, both went into the rock quarry. So right there you see that big wad of fish. That's what I'm gonna fish right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that, and see, I'm finding that with 2D. I'm using my map and my 2D, and I'll just put a little fish icon on there. We'll try it here for a minute. But yeah, that's what I do. I just get on the flats, and then I look for, where it gets big concentrations and wads of fish, and then just get in that area and start looking around, with my trolling motor and electronics. So see if we can't find this big group and catch them. Nice old gilly. Oh, thick boy. Thick boy. Thick boy. Look how thick. Holy moly. That's how thick my hand is. I got big hands. Bluegill's thicker than my hand. Whew. It's a nice one. I'm targeting these fish that are real close to the bottom. Those ones that were grouped up real tall, those were yellows. The ones that are kind of spread real close to the bottom seem to be the bigger bluegill. So that's one way you can tell it apart on your electronics. Not as tall, closer to the bottom. That's a yellow, I think. Dang it. Bit the snail. Got the double jig rig going with the drop jigs from Trout Magnet. Can I drop on them fish right below me? Trying to drop on a group right below the boat here. Had one right there, didn't jerk. Bite is so subtle in the winter. I like those smaller groups close to the bottom. Seems to improve my odds of catching a bluegill. But the drop jig, I tie to the top jig, and if you do something like braid, so you could tie braid straight to the top jig and then have a fluoro leader underneath it to the bottom jig. Bluegill, nicely done. Nicely done, buddy. Oh, another nice bluegill. Definitely some water running on the lake, because I throw it out and it hits at 24, and then by the time it gets to the bottom it's at like 16, so you gotta kind of account for that when you cast. Yeah, nice bluegill. Get out. Flop out. Thank you. No size to these guys. They're all that 7-inch size. So someone asked me to record a video of this, and I just wanted to share kind of what I do. So I get in these areas kind of off the main river, where it kind of starts to go back into a bay, and I get on the, what I'm on are these deep flats. You can kind of ignore these numbers here, but sometimes this water will be 30 or 40 feet deep where I'll find these schools of bluegills, but I just kind of meander through the areas. Sometimes they'll be on the breaks, but a lot of times they're just on like one depth, one flat. That flat might be 30 feet deep, and you'll find a pod here and a pod there. This year, it seems like there's been a lot more yellow bass, which is kind of interfering with catching the bluegills. The better schools of bluegills I found are the ones that are kind of horizontally positioned along the bottom. So there's like yellow bass on top of them, and the bluegills are kind of a band of fish there along the bottom. So that's how I find them.